Hello and welcome to Module 3, Week 3. I can honestly say we are halfway through the actual course now, so congratulations. And I can see that you're all learning quite a lot through not only your assignments, but the KWLs. So thank you for putting in so much effort. I appreciate it. This week, Week 3, we will be covering chapters 9 through 12 in our textbooks. And I am under the actual instruction under your module. So I always will indicate what I want you to look for while you're reading. This will help you in your quizzes and your finals. So make sure that I indicate these, make sure that you are able to answer these questions before you go on to the next chapter. I've listed 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then our SLOs this week, we are going to be covering all 3 of our course SLOs in this week's work that we're doing. And to be successful in this week, you want to make sure to read your chapter 9 through 12. You want to complete your quizzes 9 through 12 by January 23rd, which is Saturday. They are worth 10 points each. And it's very important that you take all your quizzes. Some of you aren't taking all your quizzes, and all these points will add up. Now, in Module 2, I want to let you know that from Module 2 going forward, I changed the quizzes to allow you to have 2 attempts, and the Launchpad will take your highest score and use that. Okay, so make sure that to know that you do have that. In the midterms and final, you only have 1 attempt, but on all your quizzes, you will have 2. The discussion board this week is on cognitive development. It is worth 10 points, and like every single week, the original thread is due by Wednesday. The date this Wednesday is the 20th of January. It will be due by 11:59 and must be 100 words or more. Once you're done with answering all the questions on your original thread by Wednesday, you'll want to make sure to post 2 peer posts by the 23rd, which is Saturday at 11:59, and those 2 peer posts must be 50 words in length or more. You must post your original thread by the 20th to receive any credit for this discussion. If you're not threading your original post by Wednesday, no one has anything to look at to actually peer post from, right? So it's very important that your original thread is due by Wednesday, is submitted by Wednesday. That way everyone has something to look at to peer post by that Saturday. 2 days are very important in this particular course, Wednesday and Saturday, period. Wednesday and Saturday for the next couple of weeks. Make sure that you are submitting things. Again, Wednesday is your original thread. Your KWL, this is incorrect. I'll fix that. I apologize. Your KWL is for chapter 9 through 12. You want to submit your KWLs no later than Saturday, and that is worth 10 points as well, Saturday the 23rd. And you'll see on there 9, 10, 11, and 12. That means you'll do one for each chapter, and you want to make sure it's 2 or 3 sentences. And I gave you an example after Module 1 for you to see what I'm looking for. One of your peers graciously let me use theirs as an example so you can see what I'm looking for. And some of you are forgetting your summary of thoughts. Make sure that you, at the end of your KWL, there's a little section that says summary of thoughts. I want to know what you're going to be taking from these chapters and utilizing going forward. So give me your summary of thoughts as well for full credit. And then your Piaget Investigation is also due by Saturday, January 23rd. That is worth 60 points. It's going to take some time. You're going to be doing an investigation on 2 children. The first one is age 3 to 5, and the second one 6 to 7. So let's jump into these assignments so I can give you a little bit more detail on them. The cognitive development is your discussion board. And so we're going to be talking a little bit more. We've read about Gardner's multiple intelligences, and you're going to learn a little bit more about yourself. What I'd like you to do is click on this first link. It will take you to an assessment page. You will complete the assessment, and that assessment will let you know your top 2 or 3 intelligence strengths. From that, I'd like you to go to the second link and look up some information about those strengths. And then you're going to answer these questions to submit your original thread. So you're going to put your top 2 or 3 strengths, and then you're going to answer these questions, which did the explanations match your perspectives of you? Did they match your 100%, that's me 100%, or did you disagree with that? Were you surprised with the outcome? You're going to cite a personal experience that substantiates your experience with one of your preferred learning styles. So back up one of your preferred learning styles with an experience that you've had. Okay. Then how does your intelligence style complement or conflict with the other learning styles? So you want to answer that one as well. Once you've completed your original thread, again by Wednesday the 20th, 11:59, you'll go ahead and peer post to 2 of your peers by that Saturday, January 23rd, again 11:59. If you want some more information about the intelligences, I gave you a website so you can do a little bit more research on them. Okay, and that is your discussion board this week. And then our major assignment, this is our main assignment for this course, is this Piaget Investigation. So let's go into that. I want to spend some time on that. So Piaget Investigation, you are going to provide a hands-on experience at looking at differences between children's cognitive development as they experience life and mature in age. So during this observation, you're going to compare and contrast 2 young children, ages 3 to 7, and their developmental skills and abilities. So before you open the form and complete the form, you have to read the instructions completely before submitting any assignment. I am going to give you all the information you need to be successful in this assignment, but you must read the instructions first. After you read the instructions completely, you're going to open up the Piaget Investigation form, then you'll complete the observation and the assessments, and then you will upload your final product to Canvas. Screenshots are allowed for the form and the picture. You're going to be completing the form and taking pictures of your subjects, which are child 1 and child 2. You never indicate their name. Child 1, once again, is going to be age 3 to 5, and child 2 is going to be 6 to 7. You can do this on neighbor children, or if you work at a school, you can ask the parents for permission to ask to do these this investigation, or you can use, and if you have nieces and nephews, you can utilize them as well. If you have your own children, if last resort, you can use your own children, but I'd like you to use other children besides your own. And let me see. So this is what this looks like right here. You'll have the investigation assignment, and then you have the form. I have it in 2 formats, the assignment form, I have it in PDF and RTF for you. Again, all your assignments must be in doc or PDF format. Please do not try to submit pages, as I cannot open them on my computer to grade. Okay, so here is the assignment, the actual assignment. Let me go ahead and enlarge this so we can go over it. So after reviewing the books and videos which are provided within this document, you're going to learn about Piaget's pre-operational stage of cognitive development. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Pre-operational stage of cognitive development. So for this assignment, you're going to be investigating experiments that Piaget once performed on children in order to demonstrate the mental, which is our cognitive, changes they undergo preschool, elementary, and middle school. It is quite amazing to see the children's thinking style gradually become more logical and organized as they enter the next stage. That's why it's important that you were going to do these assessment on 2 different age groups. Okay. Sometimes young children are capable of certain things, but we wonder why they're unable to grasp certain issues or behaviors. But watching these experiments, you're going to understand that often incapable of thinking in certain ways, children incapable of thinking in certain ways, but it's not because they're not smart, but it's because their brains have not developed quite yet in certain areas. Piaget noticed that children in the pre-operational stage are incapable of focusing on 2 aspects at a time. And you're going to actually see this during this observation. So for this assignment, again, you're going to observe 2 children between the ages of 3 to 7. Child 1 needs to be 3 to 5, and child 2 needs to be 6 to 7. This will allow you to truly see the differences in the development. This is going to be one of the most fun assignments that you ever do in school. I promise. It's a lot of fun. And the packet that you have been provided, the videos and the research, will help you understand the investigation and to help you understand cognitive thinking. So I want to make sure you watch the videos that I provide for you and accurately perform the experiment. the experiments. The videos is really going to show you what you're going to do. So you want to make sure to watch it so you see what you're going to do. And you might see a different outcome with the children that you are going to be observing. Again, do not use the children's name. Just refer to them as child 1 and child 2. So the directions. Step 1. You're going to read through the entire document all the way to get an idea of the project. And people who don't normally do not do well on the paper. So trust me, you want to read the entire document. Step 2, read the definitions and watch the videos that are provided for you. This will take about 30 minutes, but is hugely beneficial because most of these videos are exactly what you're going to be doing in this assignment. So it's important to look at it and you just emulate what you're seeing. So we're going to talk about conservation. It gives you the definition. The principle that amount of substance remains the same. It is conserved even when the appearance changes. So you'll be doing a little testing on conservation. This shows you exactly what you'll be doing. So watch these videos. And this is a great example of how children with different thinking. Definition, classification is the next thing we're going to be doing. That's a logical principle that things can be organized into groups like categories or classes according to the same characteristics, like all the red or all the triangles and so forth. Again, watch this video. This is watch the part with the Legos. It's very similar to what you'll be doing. And this one is almost exactly what we'll be doing. So I try to give you a couple videos for each area. Seriation is a knowledge that things can be arranged in logical series. Again, a great example. I provide an example for you as well. So make sure to watch this YouTube video. And then morality, principles concerning between right and wrong, good and bad behavior. So again, it talks about here, you want to look at, you're going to observe 2 children, ages 3 to 7. Read through the techniques before you do this. Make sure to bring a copy of the investigation form. Make sure you have all your materials ready before you begin this work with children. And it's best to have a quiet space where you can you and the child can sit and conduct these experiments that you will not be interrupted. Okay. And there are certain techniques that must be followed in order for optimal efficiency. And then these are, it does, do not continue the investigation for a long period of time, 10 or 15 minutes at the most. And if you see any signs of restlessness, stop the investigation immediately. Make sure the child is thinking for him or herself. You give the child plenty of time. Do not rush. Let them do the work and figure out the solution to the problems on their own. This is not, I know you know how to do this. We're seeing what they do. And a lot of times adults will rush to help the child, and this is not what I want you to do. Let the child figure out the problem on their own. You also want to let them perform whatever action that you're asking them to do, for instance, pouring or sorting. Again, it's very easy for us as adults to grab it and pour it or sort ourselves. I want to see the difference in the children. Let them do it. Just sit back and be very patient and watch. Ask precise, direct questions that do not influence the child's answer. Even your tone can give a clue in some cases. So try to be very non-committal, right? Non-committal as possible. And then we go into the investigation. It will tell you what you need. It tells you all the materials you need, the procedure. It tells you what to ask. And you're going to be filling all these in. So what you ask and what you need. So the glass experiment, chopstick experiment, graham cracker experiment. Again, tells you exactly what to ask. Section 2 is a classification. Again, tells you what you have. You need the circles and triangles and squares, and tells you what color. You can use felt, you can use paper, you can just use, construction paper is fine to cut them out as well. It tells you should not be any larger than the palm of your hand. Then procedure, it tells you exactly what to say and it tells you exactly what to do in order and what to say, and be very monotone with your voice. Okay, section 3 is serration. You're going to go ahead and look at the materials, the procedure, and the last one's morality. It tells you the story, exactly what to say, exactly what to ask. And then story B, same thing, exactly what to say in the story and what to ask. Be very monotone when you're talking. And then the last part is your reflection. It was create a one-page reflection describing your experience observing these children. It tells you it had 12-point And you may use any of the questions to guide your reflection, meaning you can say, what did you learn from this assignment? What have you learned about observing the differences in children in their development? What are some ways children differ in problem solving? Did the children perform as Piaget would have predicted? What questions did the children have about observing, and was there biological influences, etc.? And then lastly, you're going to include all of your pictures and your materials, your work that you have done.